And we take great pride in getting better guests than any radio show in town. We try to get great local guests. We try to get great national guests. We even like to mix in guests from the world of music and entertainment. It's now time to give out the Mikey for the best national guest.
Here on Open Mic, we pride ourselves on getting the greatest guests imaginable. Open Mic has been home to some of the biggest and best guests in sports, music, and entertainment. However, only one megastar can stand alone as Open Mic's best national guest.
And the nominees are Jeff Van Gundy.
What the Magic are doing right now, the senior executives, it's unbecoming, really. It's the groveling, the begging, it's just, it's hard to read and watch. I mean, his opinion should matter, but the strong organizations stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Brian Johnson, lead singer of AC/DC.
What's the strangest thing anybody's ever thrown at you on stage?
Now, this woman threw up this dildo with a bow, with a pink bow on the end, and I thought, that's strange. I hope she doesn't think that. No, she couldn't. But we threw it back quickly enough. The trouble is, a guy caught it, and he had a smile on his face. I went, oh, Christ, wrong one. Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Would you ever want to be a GM or an owner?
I would love to be the general manager for the Orlando Magic.
Well, they may be hiring one soon, Shaq.
All right.
Huh? Are you interested?
Alex Myers, you got my number, baby. Call me.
The Big O, Oscar Robertson.
What advice would you give Dwight?
To keep his mouth shut and play basketball. If he wants to be traded, he's going to be traded. Go in and talk to the owners and say, hey, I want to be traded, and keep it a secret. Because in a situation like that, he can't win very much. I mean, they're not going to win anything, and they're going to blame him.
And the legendary Bobby Bowden.
I've tried to think what I would do. I think if one of my coaches had come to me and told me what happened, I would have gone to that guy and asked him if it was true, and I'd told him to get away from there, don't ever come back. Then I'd have gone to the police. I think that's what I'd have done.
Drum roll, please. And the winner is a man I think is the greatest college football coach and greatest college football ambassador in the history of the sport. He is the iconic Bobby Bowden. Coach Bowden, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Coach, you've won Bear Bryant trophies. You've won national title trophies. You're in the College Football Hall of Fame. Where does winning the Mikey rank in your career?
This is the one I've been waiting for. All that Hall of Fame stuff and National Hall of Fame, Alabama Hall of Fame, Florida Hall of Fame, all that stuff was great, but this is the one I have been waiting for.
Coach, where do you plan on putting the Mikey?
How much does it pay? hey, just send a check.
No, I was talking about what part of your house. You going to put it on the fireplace? Where are you going to put your award?
Well, how big is it? I've got to know what size it is.
It'll probably fit maybe in your closet wall.
Okay, I'll have to build another room then. I'll build another room and start it with that trophy.
Coach, it looks like we're going to have a college football playoff they announced yesterday. What's your thoughts on the playoff system?
My thoughts are that I will wait to see what the presidents say, because they are the group that have always stopped it. Now, I'm anxious to see if they're going to kill it one more time or if they're going away with evidently a unanimous decision by the committee. But until I hear the president say, go ahead, I don't know if it'll happen.
Coach, a couple other things. A lot of FSU people are trying to get to the Big 12. What do you think about that?
I think it'd be a big mistake. I mean, Florida State is Florida State, and they're in the state of Florida. Why go way out there? Can you recruit these Florida boys and say, hey, we're going to go play way out in Texas, and we're going to play out in Oklahoma instead of Atlanta and South Carolina and Alabama and these close places? And then the expenses. The expenses of taking your soccer team and your basketball team and your girls' teams all the way out there to play games. I wonder if you'll make any money.
Hey, Coach, last thing. I've been wanting to ask you this because, when you were coming up, you would play anybody, anywhere. A lot of programs now are having trouble selling football tickets these days. Even the Gators are having trouble selling their season tickets. I'm wondering, as a guy who used to play anybody, anytime, do you think some of these big-time schools need to start giving their fans a better selection of home games instead of playing all these undermanned opponents at home?
Well, I really do, but it affects your winning. Everybody, they've all found out. Hey, it's the record that does it. In other words, if you can go 12-0, you got a great chance of getting for the national championship. And these coaches can figure that thing out. So they're taking teams that they know they can whip or should whip, and try to keep their record. It's right now. It's a shame. It's all record. I mean, if you were 12-0 and you hadn't played, and you had played 2 or 3 1AA schools, and here's another team that's 8-3, and they played all 1A schools, that undefeated team probably get the bid.
He is Bobby Bowden, the greatest college football coach and the greatest college football ambassador, in my opinion, in the history of sports. He wins the Mikey for Best National Guest. Congratulations, Coach Bowden.
Hey, thank you, buddy. I'll tell you, coming from you, that makes me feel good. I don't deserve it. Thank you, though.
He is Coach Bobby Bowden.
He absolutely deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby's the best.
Yeah. He actually got grief for what he said about Joe Paterno. Can you believe that? All he said was, hey, I would have probably handled it a little bit differently.
I would have done the right thing.
Yeah. I would have done the right thing and run Jerry.
How dare he say that?
I would have run Jerry Sandusky out of my program immediately. Oh, imagine that.